Okay, now I'm going to make the second dish, which is tomato rasam. Now this is a basic rasam recipe with tomato base. So this will go well with the varual that I've done. Okay, so these are the ingredients that you need. You need mustard seeds, a little fennel seed, and a little cumin seed. Okay. Now this will be fried first before you add in everything else. Now here we have curry leaves, green chili, a little bit of black peppercorn, dried chili which you will break up, garlic. Now these ingredients here is going to be coarsely pounded and fried together before you add in the water. Now traditionally the garlic, they do not peel the skin off. They just wash it and then they coarsely pound it before they put it into the gravy. Then you will need asafoetida powder, which is hing. Okay, you use this for making rasam. Then you need one large tomato. Traditionally, Indian people will just smash the tomato with their hands. Okay, but I would rather have it cut up into small pieces than cook it down. And of course, lastly, you will need some coriander leaf, okay, for garnishing. Now, for Indian people, this is a tonic drink. Okay, it's a tonic soup that helps to relieve colds and flus and all that. So that's why they drink this every day, which is good for most people. So let's get on with the cooking. I've added in the pepper, the green chili, the curry leaves, and the garlic in here. So just coarsely pound it and set it aside. Okay, there you go. It's coarsely pounded. This is sufficient. So let's get on to the cooking now. Okay, so now when you're going to cook rasam, first thing you need to do is make sure the oil that you're heating up is hot enough. Okay, so add in all of your cumin seed, fennel seed, and mustard seed. And wait for this to pop. As you can see, it's starting to pop. Okay. Once it starts popping, okay, it must pop. Once it starts popping, add in your pounded ingredients. All of it. Now the smell will be very strong. Okay. Add in your pounded ingredients. Fry it a little. And then add in your hing powder. Okay, about half a teaspoon. Okay, add in your hing powder, stir it well, and wait for the garlic and the chili and the curry leaves to get cooked. Now you cannot stop stirring here because you don't want your dry spices to burn. Okay, so once you can get the aromatic smell, add in all your tomatoes. Now the tomatoes will give out some liquid, but what you need to do is just to let it cook until it softens. Okay, stir as you go along cooking this. Now at the same time, you can add in your dried chilies. I'm just splitting them in two and dumping them in. So once the tomatoes are soft enough, then you can add in the water that you want to add. Okay. Now, but when you add the water, don't add too much. Okay, now as you can see, the tomatoes are getting soft. You can add in, I'm adding a whole cup of water, which this is about 2 cups of water first. Okay, now add this in. Now I'm going to add in Assam. Okay, I forgot to mention this to you. Okay, so add in Assam. Now if you don't have this kind of Assam, which is already, the seeds are extracted already, okay, just add in some in first. You're going to be adding more water later, okay, so you need to let this come to a boil first, okay? Let it come to a vigorous boil before you carry on. So you can cover this and let it come to a boil. Okay, as you can see, it has started boiling vigorously. I've added more water. Now, once you add the water, make sure you keep adding Assam and salt to make sure that it tastes right. Okay, once it tastes right, then keep boiling it until all the tomatoes are well cooked, the chili gets infused with the gravy and everything else in there. Just let it keep on simmering for about 5 minutes. Okay? Okay, so this has been boiling vigorously, and once all the bubbles are gone, that means everything is cooked in here. So the last thing to do is add in your coriander leaf, okay, the MSG of Indian cooking. Okay. Give it one last mix. Okay, one last mix. Make sure there's enough salt and Assam in there. Cover it. Let it to come to one last vigorous boil. Okay. Once it comes to its one last vigorous boil, then you can turn off the fire and leave this closed for at least 5 minutes. Okay, then you can serve it. See, it's vigorously boiling. So now we can turn it off and leave it like that. Alright? Okay, so here we have the rasam, tomato rasam, and the chicken varwal with a little gravy. So now can check it and voila. Bye everybody.